What do you do?
I work as a teacher.
Where do you live?
I live in Delhi.
How do you go to work?
I go by bus.
What time do you wake up?
I wake up at 6 a.m.
Who cooks food at home?
My mother cooks food.
Where do you study?
I study at home.
What do you eat for breakfast?
I eat bread and eggs.
How do you spend your weekends?
I relax and watch TV.
When do you go to bed?
I go to bed at 10 p.m.
Why do you exercise?
I exercise to stay healthy.
Who teaches you English?
My teacher teaches me English.
What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to read books.
Where do you buy groceries?
I buy groceries from the market.
How do you help at home?
I clean my room.
When do you visit your friends?
I visit them on weekends.
What do you do on holidays?
I visit my family.
How do you celebrate your birthday?
I cut a cake with my friends.
What do you watch on TV?
I watch cartoons.
Who is your best friend?
My best friend is Ria.
Where do you go for a walk?
I go to the park.
How do you stay fit?
I do yoga every morning.
What do you drink in the morning?
I drink tea.
Who helps you with homework?
My sister helps me.
Where do you eat lunch?
I eat lunch at school.
What games do you play?
I play football.
How do you celebrate festivals?
I celebrate with my family.
Who do you talk to daily?
I talk to my friends.
What songs do you listen to?
I listen to Hindi songs.
When do you visit your grandparents?
I visit them on Sundays.
Where do you keep your books?
I keep them on the table.
How do you travel to school?
I travel by bicycle.
What do you write in your diary?
I write my daily routine.
Who takes care of your pet?
I take care of my pet.
Where do you go shopping?
I go to the mall.
How do you learn new words?
I learn from a dictionary.
What do you wear in winter?
I wear a sweater.
Who makes your bed?
I make my bed.
What food do you like?
I like pizza.
Where do you charge your phone?
I charge it near my bed.
How do you clean your room?
I sweep the floor and dust the shelves.
Who takes care of plants at home?
My father takes care of them.
When do you go shopping?
I go shopping on weekends.
What books do you read?
I read storybooks.
How do you celebrate New Year?
I celebrate with my family.
Who packs your lunch?
My mother packs my lunch.
What do you do when it rains?
I stay at home and read.
Where do you keep your shoes?
I keep them in the rack.
How do you make tea?
I boil water and add tea leaves.
Who helps you when you are sick?
My mother helps me.
What do you do before sleeping?
I read a book before sleeping.
What do you do after school?
I do my homework.
Where do you keep your clothes?
I keep them in the cupboard.
How do you take care of your health?
I eat healthy food.
Who teaches you math?
My teacher teaches me math.
What do you drink in the evening?
I drink milk.
When do you visit your neighbors?
I visit them on weekends.
Where do you play with friends?
I play in the park.
What do you do on your birthday?
I invite my friends.
How do you clean your shoes?
I use a brush to clean them.
Who gives you pocket money?
My father gives me pocket money.
Where do you go on holidays?
I go to my village.
What snacks do you like?
I like chips and biscuits.
How do you greet your teacher?
I say, good morning.
When do you meet your cousins?
I meet them during vacations.
What do you do on Sundays?
I relax and watch movies.
Who washes your clothes?
My mother washes them.
How do you learn English?
I watch videos and read books.
Where do you keep your toys?
I keep them in a box.
What do you wear to school?
I wear my uniform.
Who helps you when you are sad?
My friends help me.
When do you clean your room?
I clean it every weekend.
What do you do when you feel bored?
I play games.
How do you make friends?
I talk to new people.
Who calls you daily?
My grandmother calls me.
Where do you keep your keys?
I keep them on the table.
What do you like to watch on YouTube?
I like to watch stories.
How do you prepare for exams?
I revise my notes.
Who buys your clothes?
My parents buy them.
What do you do in the garden?
I water the plants.
Where do you hang your coat?
I hang it on the hook.
How do you pack your school bag?
I check my timetable and pack my books.
Who tells you bedtime stories?
My grandmother tells me stories.
What do you do when you are hungry?
I eat some snacks.
How do you spend your holidays?
I visit new places.
Where do you sleep at night?
I sleep in my bedroom.
What do you do after dinner?
I brush my teeth.
Who helps you with difficult tasks?
My brother helps me.
How do you celebrate Diwali?
I light dias and burst crackers.
What do you do when you are tired?
I take some rest.
Where do you go to buy clothes?
I go to the market.
How do you talk to your friends?
I call or message them.
Who helps you in the kitchen?
I help my mother.
What do you do during summer?
I drink cold drinks and eat ice cream.
Where do you keep your books at night?
I keep them on my study table.
How do you help your grandparents?
I bring them water and medicines.
Who makes your breakfast?
My mother makes it.
What do you do after taking a bath?
I get dressed.
How do you learn new songs?
I listen to them repeatedly.
Where do you go for a picnic?
I go to the park.
What do you do when you feel happy?
I smile and dance.
What do you do in the morning?
I brush my teeth and take a bath.
Where do you keep your mobile phone?
I keep it on the table.
How do you celebrate your friend's birthday?
I give a gift and eat cake.
Who helps you with your school project?
My father helps me.
When do you go to the library?
I go on Saturdays.
What do you do when you feel sleepy?
I go to bed.
How do you take care of your books?
I cover them and keep them safe.
Who teaches you science?
My teacher teaches me science.
Where do you go for dinner with family?
We go to a restaurant.
What do you do in the park?
I play and run.
How do you celebrate Christmas?
I decorate the tree and give gifts.
Who helps you when you are confused?
My teacher helps me.
When do you buy new clothes?
I buy them during festivals.
What do you do before going to school?
I pack my bag.
How do you practice English?
I speak with my friends.
Who calls you in the evening?
My friend calls me.
What do you do on your holidays?
I visit new places.
Where do you keep your shoes?
I keep them near the door.
How do you learn new recipes?
I watch videos.
Who tells you jokes?
My brother tells me jokes.
What do you do after school?
I change my clothes and rest.
How do you clean your table?
I wipe it with a cloth.
Who takes care of your pet?
I take care of my pet.
Where do you go with your friends?
I go to the park.
What do you eat for lunch?
I eat rice and vegetables.
How do you celebrate Holi?
I play with colors.
Who teaches you good habits?
My parents teach me.
What do you do when you feel sad?
I talk to my friends.
Where do you keep your toys?
I keep them in a box.
How do you keep your room clean?
I sweep the floor and dust the shelves.
Who buys your books?
My parents buy my books.
What do you do when your friend visits?
I play games with them.
How do you prepare for school?
I get ready and pack my bag.
Who gives you advice?
My father gives me advice.
What do you do during your lunch break?
I eat my lunch and play.
Where do you buy toys?
I buy them from a shop.
How do you travel to the city?
I travel by bus.
Who takes your family photos?
My brother takes photos.
What do you do when you feel excited?
I smile and laugh.
How do you spend your evenings?
I study and play.
Who cooks dinner at home?
My mother cooks dinner.
Where do you keep your school bag?
I keep it near the door.
What do you do on Independence Day?
I attend the flag ceremony.
How do you learn new words?
I read books and use a dictionary.
Who visits you often?
My cousins visit me.
What do you do when you feel cold?
I wear a sweater.
Who plays games with you?
My friends play games with me.
Where do you go on weekends?
I go to the park or mall.
What do you do when you get a gift?
I say thank you.
What do you do in the evening?
I read books and relax.
Where do you keep your water bottle?
I keep it on my desk.
How do you help your mother?
I wash the dishes.
Who takes you to school?
My father takes me to school.
What do you eat for dinner?
I eat rice and curry.
When do you finish your homework?
I finish it in the evening.
Where do you go on Sundays?
I go to the temple.
How do you celebrate your friend's success?
I give a gift and say congratulations.
Who visits you on weekends?
My uncle visits us.
What do you do when you are alone?
I listen to music.
How do you decorate your room?
I use lights and posters.
Who helps you with your studies?
My elder sister helps me.
Where do you spend your holidays?
I spend them at my grandparents' house.
What do you do when you feel tired?
I take a short nap.
How do you write your assignments?
I write neatly.
Who takes care of your siblings?
I take care of them.
What do you do before sleeping?
I pray and read a book.
How do you celebrate Raksha Bandhan?
I tie a Rocky to my brother.
Who brings your school books?
My parents bring them.
Where do you sit during lunch?
I sit with my friends.
What do you drink after exercise?
I drink water.
How do you spend your pocket money?
I buy snacks and toys.
Who teaches you new games?
My friends teach me.
Where do you go for a haircut?
I go to the barber shop.
What do you do when you get a holiday?
I sleep late and watch movies.
How do you celebrate Eid?
I visit friends and eat sweets.
Who helps you with your packing?
My mother helps me.
What do you do when it's hot outside?
I stay indoors and drink juice.
How do you celebrate Teacher's Day?
I give flowers to my teacher.
Who plays cricket with you?
My friends play cricket with me.
Where do you keep your school uniform?
I keep it in the cupboard.
What do you do when it rains?
I use an umbrella.
How do you keep your shoes clean?
I polish them daily.
Who brings your groceries?
My father brings them.
What do you do on festivals?
I meet my relatives.
Where do you go to meet your cousins?
I go to their house.
How do you spend time with your family?
We talk and play games.
Who waters the plants at home?
I water the plants.
What do you do when you get a prize?
I thank everyone.
How do you travel in the city?
I travel by metro.
Who helps you with your shopping?
My mother helps me.
Where do you keep your money?
I keep it in my wallet.
What do you do in the garden?
I play and water plants.
How do you clean your backpack?
I wash it.
Who helps you during exams?
My teacher helps me.
Where do you go during summer vacation?
I go to the hill station.
What do you eat when you feel hungry?
I eat fruits.
How do you plan your day?
I make a to-do list.
Who tells you bedtime stories?
My grandmother tells me stories.
What do you do when your friend is sad?
I talk to them and make them happy.